Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna give you a fast recap of a book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, which is considered as one of the best books on habit formation according to Wall Street Journal. In this book, author suggests us some of the techniques by which we can improve ourselves day by day. So, without wasting time, let's get it started. First thing that James suggests is aggregation of marginal gains, which means 1% improvement in everything. We may think small effort don't change our habits and makes us successful, but James don't think so. He believes that changes that seem small and unimportant at first will compound into remarkable result if we are willing to stick with them for years. We must improve ourselves by 1% every day, which eventually leads us to make it as our habit. Let's have a look on this diagram. As you can see it clearly, there's a negligible amount of the difference in the beginning, but at the end, the result is huge. If we improve ourselves 1% daily for 1 year, then we'll be 38 times better. It's basic math, you can calculate it easily. Likewise, 1% hours every day for 1 year is 0.03 times of the previous years. It's just a tiny amount of the change, 1%, but at the end, the change becomes huge, which is the power of compounding. So James says, habits are compound interest of self-improvement. So we can conclude that even small but continuous effort will give us best results. Remember how the huge rocks in the river changes into fine sands over the years by regular flow of water. It's all the power of compounding. All big things come from small beginnings. Next thing suggested by James is system matters more than goals. It's a common thing that we focus on goal and result, but the main problem is winners and losers have the same goals. We all are following goals, but why only 5% people actually can achieve it? If you follow goals and if you achieve it, then your game is over. If you follow systems, then you will always be in the game. That's the big difference. The purpose of setting goal is to win the game. The purpose of building system is to continue playing the game. Losers are the one who follows goals and winners are those who follow system. Because goals are good for setting a direction, but systems are best for making progress. As according to author, success is not a goal to reach or a fine line to cross. It's a system to improve, an endless process to refine. Goals restrict our happiness. That's why we must focus on process. A famous quote by James, you do not rise to level of your goal, you fall to level of your system. Environment matters more than motivation. Environment plays a vital role in achieving your dreams. Create environment for you to succeed in your goal. As by the authors, addiction could simultaneously dissolve if there was a radical change in the environment. Most of the people think they lack motivation, when in fact they lack clarity. They don't know what to start, when to start, and how to start. Motivation is just a myth, so focus on your surrounding environment. Next important thing that I've learned from this book is about Goldilocks zones. People usually say think outside of the box, but many of us don't figure out what the statement really wants to say. Always try to get a little bit outside of the box, otherwise you'll be bored or lose your motivation. Always remember, the human brain loves challenges, but only if it is within an optimal zone of difficulty. Let's take an example. If you play basketball with a 5-year-old child who is not of your level, you feel bored, don't you? And boredom kills ambition. And if you play with LeBron James, then what will happen? I think you'll never get a chance to even touch a ball, which results you to lack your motivation or have to face failure. Likewise, if you play with someone who is just a bit above your level, then you will get motivated. It leads you to daily more practice. So always remember, level up your difficulty step by step. If you don't know swimming and want to learn it, it's not a good idea to jump into an ocean in a first day. Let's have a look at this diagram. If you lie too low than this zone, you will feel bored, and too high than this zone, you will have to face failure. So you must have to understand Goldilocks rules. Now we are heading to those parts for which this book is really appreciated by the readers of all over the world. How to build a good habit or how to quit a bad habit. We have to understand 3 layers of the behavior change, in which the inner part represents identity, middle part process, and the outer part is outcome. And in this diagram, most of the people goes outward to inside, that is outcome, then process, then identity, which is actually wrong. It's an outcome based habit formation. What we have to understand is the ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. In this part, James suggests us to follow identity-based habits by focusing on the type of the person you wish to become rather than the outcome you wish to achieve. Let's take an example. In order to have six-pack abs outcome, you need to work out constantly and eat well, which is process, to become a man who has a six-pack identity. So first establish the identity and then process and outcome, which will follow much easier. A simple identity shift from I want to I am makes all the difference in the world. For example, two men try to quit their smoking habits. You offer them cigarettes, then one of them said, "No thanks, I want to quit smoking, I'm trying." And another said, "No thanks, I don't smoke." So, who do you think will quit smoking easily? The answer lies within the previous point explained. Next part we have is loop of habit formation. According to James, there are 4 ways of habit formation, that is cue, craving, response and reward. Cue represent the noticing, craving represent the wanting, response represent the doing and reward represent the result you want to achieve. If cue is not visible, habit won't even start. If craving decreases, you don't want to do this work. If response is difficult, you can't do this work. And if reward is not satisfying, you won't do that work again and again, and it can't be your habit. Doing work again and again will become your habit. For good habit formation, cue must be visible or obvious, craving must be attractive, response must be easy, and reward must be satisfying. And reverse for quitting your bad habits, that is, cue must be invisible, craving must be unattractive, response must be difficult, and reward must be unsatisfying. What is immediately rewarded is repeated, what is immediately punished is avoided. That's why reward must be satisfying for good habit formation, so that repeat same habit over and over and it will become the part of your daily life, and reverse for the quitting your bad habits. Let's see how to apply these tips to work out constantly. For making your cue visible, put your gym clothes where they are clearly visible. For making your craving attractive, follow a simple workout routine that is fun. For making your response easy, train at home or choose a gym which is very close. For making a reward satisfying, log the workout in your calendar so that your progress make you feel proud. We can do visual measurement of our progress to keep ourselves motivated and for satisfying rewards. For example, we can take paperclip strategy or other methods. According to James Clear, habits are not a finish line to be crossed, they are a lifestyle to be lived. In this book, James gives some idea about the plateau of the latent potential. Let's have a look on this graph. In this graph, you can clearly see valley of disappointment, what we think should happen and what actually happens. Most of the people falls in the valley of the disappointment for their lifetime, and they believe that they can be successful in their life. But we have to understand success is like a compound interest. Our author James said, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become.
Every action you take is a vote for the type of person that you think that you are. And as you cast more votes for that particular type of identity, it's like the evidence builds up and you start to believe it about yourself.
So we must take our action carefully, otherwise we'll hurt ourselves and our dreams. Always focus on good habit formation, because good habits make time your ally and bad habits make time your enemy. As we are coming to the end of the video, here's something for you. What do you want to be? Prove it with small wins and become the person you want to be. That's it, the book summary of Atomic Habits. You can read this book for detailed knowledge. I highly recommend you to read this book. Remember, it's not about what book you read, it's about what you do after closing the book. I try my best to extract some important points from this book. Hope you guys support me and praises my work and be with me in the future too. If you like this video, smash that like button, and if you appreciate me for doing this type of the video, hit that red subscribe button, and you can click bell icon to get notification when I upload my next video. Your feedbacks are highly welcome, and I'll be happy if you try to point out my laws and mistakes, suggest me for the goods. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching.